some people, by the way, like one of our graduates, Marcel Spies, if you knew about his background, he would tell you 90%. 90% is psychology. Here's a man who made 1,147% in 1 year of trading. I'll say that again, because it's a big number. 1,147% on his entire portfolio. And he will tell you that trading is 90% mindset. 90%. So I need you to understand that. Why? Because, and what page are we on, by the way?
6.
Correct. Is that, I'm not saying, but even if I said, hey, mindset is half the half, people would dismiss it. They would go, yeah, but tell me the half that, yeah, but hold on, it's half. So you should be spending a lot of time on your mindset. By the way, that isn't just to do with trading and investing. That's to do with anything and everything that you do with your life. It's about relationships. It's about your health. It's about your fitness. It's about your success. It's about anything, including spirituality. Anything at all has got to do with mindset, because you either do it or you don't. And most people don't. Or they start and then they don't. That's most people. Isn't that true? Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Now, you need to have an open mind. How many of you, just for this weekend, are willing to have an open mind? How many of you would be willing to do that? Yes, you can close it again, on Tuesday, but just for this weekend. So what we're going to do, we're going to put all of our negative thoughts, this is your cue, negative thoughts, into a small box and place that box outside. Oh, we're going to actually use a bin. Come on then. Now, any negative thoughts you might have. Now, I know that you have them, by the way. Oh, that's...
Let's go in there.
Why is it sloping like that? How does that work?
That's design, Marcus.
Wow. That, somebody one day came up. No, but think about it. 80% of success is psychology, yes? Yes. Somebody just thought, how can I make this bin better? I know. And there we go. And they probably patented it, bloody thing, and made a fortune. Now, let me ask you a question. Couldn't you have thought of this?
Yes.
Could you? Now, did anybody not see this? Could you, I'm being serious here, could you not have thought of this? Yes or no? Yes or no? Somebody, I promise you, patented this and has made a fortune out of this. Success is so simple, but it's not easy. But it is so, is this simple, yes or no? Now I'm kicking myself because, come on, I could have thought of that. Now really, all you need to do now is you need to think, where else could I do this? Buildings? I don't know about that. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there are buildings like this.
There are some buildings.
Tables, chairs. I don't know. Trading platforms? No. Okay. Why did I want this? Yes. So you are going to put all your negative thoughts in here. Now, what are some examples of negative thoughts? I can't do this. Right? Put them in there. And don't you tell me you don't have any negative thoughts about what's about to happen this weekend. All right? So I know you have some, so just put them in. Come on. I know you have some. I don't know whether I can understand the maths. Come on, put them in there. Okay? Oh, the person next to me looks more intelligent than me. I think they're going to get it. I don't know. I don't know how to use the computer that well. Oh, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to understand the English. I'm not from England. Forex is way too difficult, and it moves way too fast. Yeah? All of these things. But what about the risk? What about all the... I could lose all my money. Oh, thank you very much. This is getting really full now. Renata, have you got anything you want to put in there? Yeah, thank you. All right, here we go. Wonderful. This is getting quite heavy here, Matt. If you could... That's heavy. All right, so put it outside, and let's leave that thing outside. And if you want to collect it on Monday evening, you can do so. But apart from that, we're going to leave all of that side outside. Is that good? Yes. In other words. And by the way, during the 3 days, something might come up. Yes or no? Yeah. You might say, I can't do this. You're going to take that thought and you're going to bung it outside. You're going to throw it outside. Okay? Yes, you can. Can you do this? Yes. Yes, it might take a little bit longer or not. It might... Some people, they get it like that. Lucky them. Lucky them. Don't you love those people? Don't you love those people? How many of you are normal? Anybody normal? No. For a start, let me tell you, you are not normal. It is absolutely not normal for you to be in a 3-day workshop during a weekend. That is not normal. It's not. People go, well, I'll do it on a Monday, Tuesday, during working time if my employer pays for it and they force me to go. But why would I give my week? That's most people. How many of you understand? Yes? Yeah, well, I don't know. Do you want to be like most people? Maybe you do. I don't know. That's up to you. But you are not normal. But for the purposes of this example, normal means that you will hear some information and you're like, yeah, I think I got it. Just to clarify, isn't it? Yeah, but then if you say that, what about, yeah, okay, I think I got it. And then you practice, and then you generally get it. How many of you would consider yourself to be normal in that sense? Yeah? Okay. And how many of you are not so fast at learning and might have to hear things several times, but finally, as long as you keep going and you don't quit, you will get it? How many of you are a little bit like that? Yes? Fine, fantastic. So I always say every single one of you can get this, but for some people, it might take a little bit longer. How many of you are refreshing the course? Hands up if you're doing it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people are refreshing the course. Give them a big round of applause. The only way that you will fail at this is if you quit on yourself. In other words, yeah, you might not get it the first time, or you think you got it, and then you practice and you go, oh, it's not the way I thought. And then most people do what? Most people quit. Most people quit. Most people quit. That's what they do. They quit. That's most people. Don't be like that. Be a person who comes back to learn and make sure that you got it right the first time. Does that make sense? Yes? We want you to come back. We want you to come back. We always encourage refreshers to come back. Okay, very, very important. Okay, now, how many of you did the home play that we sent you? How many of you did it? And when I say did it, I mean finished it, completed it. Because there's a big difference. Okay, and now I know that some of you have done the stock market workshops. You've done some of this already, so you didn't necessarily need to do it again, but maybe have a look at it, make sure things change. Do you change, yes or no? Yes. Every day, every week, every month, every year, you change, you evolve, you grow. Something happens, so you change, etc. So your beliefs and your values and your meta programs and all this, they change. Okay? So for those of you who are, this is the first workshop that you've ever done with us. Please raise your hands if that's the case. The first workshop. Okay. So if that's the case, what we're here to do is we're here to basically follow a recipe, aren't you? Because if you want to do anything new for the very first time, let's say bake a cake, what is it that you must have in order to bake that cake? What is it? But what ingredients?
A recipe.
You need a recipe, right? You need a recipe. D plus E plus F, and that will probably give you the chocolate cake. Okay? So what do you think are the different ingredients for a chocolate cake? Brilliant. You're amazing. Give them a big round of applause for saying that. Amazing. Chocolate. It's amazing. Chocolate. Okay? What else? Air. Did you say air? Or hair? I don't know what you said there. Flour. Yeah, okay, you're doing well. What else? Eggs. You're doing amazing. Butter. Yes. What else? Sugar. I don't have sugar. We'll do aspartame. Yeah. Hey, I've got to work with me here, people. Work with me. Okay, what else? Okay, you put it all together in order to get a dough. A dough, get it? You put it in the oven, boom, 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 out comes your beautiful chocolate cake. And you guys, you come to us and you want the recipe. Yes? Yes. Who wants the recipe?
Yeah.
And so we give you the recipe, and the first part of the recipe is to do the home play. And guess what? Half of you decided that you wanted to have the chocolate cake, We gave you the recipe, but in your arrogance, you decided not to complete the home play. Now just think about that for just 1 second. Now, my mentor, T. Harv Eker, says, how you do anything is how you do everything. Your energy here in this room is the way you are out there. The way you dress, whether it's smart or scruffy or whatever, is how you are out there. The way, whether you're listening attentively or not, is what you do out there. And as the result of that, you get the results that you have gotten in your life. And here we are. You pay a lot of money for a course. And part of that course is to do the home play. And how you do anything is how you do everything. And if you did not do the home play, that's why you don't have a lot of money. That's why you're not as successful as you could be. Some of you go, well, I do have money. But then you could have a lot more and you are not playing full out. I want you to think about that 3 times. Is this making any sense? Yes or no? Yes, yes or no? Yes. Turn to the person next to you, give them a high five and say, that makes a lot of sense to me. We have a question. What is your name? Where is my drink? Yes.
Hello, my name is Ali. Hello.
Come on, Ali, give us a stand up. Give her a big round of applause.
It's not a question, but I think it's really important that people hear it.
Yes.
And that comment about, because I did the workshop here a month ago, the thing about how you do anything is how you do everything, that just sunk in so hard and it's changed everything about my life since that course.
Give us an example. Give us an example. Yeah, give her a big round of applause first. Can you give us an example?
Just things like, there's things in the house that need doing. I've got decorating tasks that I've been talking about for a year. I'm sorting them out. My finances, I'm sorting them out. Relationships, making sure everything, how I am as a parent, just absolutely everything. And the mindset here, you should do a lot more on a lot of things. Mm-hmm. Because the mindset is so important. And I think if there's one thing really you can take away from this course, it's mindset, because it's massive.
Brilliant. Give her a big round of applause, please. Thank you. That is awesome. So you did the stock market course. Okay, I just wanted to, it wasn't another Forex course a month ago. It was a stock market course. Okay, good. All right. Let's bring out the home play then. Let's bring it out. Now we see whether you really did do it or not. It's like, yeah, I did it. Go on, then show it to me. Well, the thing is, the dog and there was a spider and... Come on then, where's your home play? On your computer. Okay, who did not get a copy of the home play? Like, who doesn't have one? You didn't have it. Put your hands up, please. Right, we're going to hand some out. Luckily, we know that you are human. And as humans, this is what happens. Dimitri, you do one side. Keith does the other side. Keith, which side are you going to do? Choose a side. This is organized chaos, I assure you. It's very organized. We may not have as many. And by the way, right, when you, like now that I'm giving something out, suddenly a lot more hands come up. They're like, oh, actually, I didn't do the home play. Oh, all right, so for those of you, now some of you might go, no, Marcus, I did the home play, I just didn't bring it with me. How you do anything is how you do everything. Listen, I'm here to put up a mirror. I'm going to be talking about trading and investing, but actually I'm talking in general about you, your success, because you're the center of your success. You are the reason that you're successful or not. Okay, so we need to use every opportunity to put that mirror up and show you who you are right now. You say, but I want all this money. Well, right now, the person that you are right now isn't the person that's going to get that money right now. You're going to have to make some changes here because you can't even do a simple little exercise. No, but I didn't have the time. Did anybody here have less or more time than I did because I had 24 hours? Did anybody have more or less than 24 hours? Because that's all I had. That's just an excuse. Because you could have slept less. Yeah, but I need my sleep. Well, okay, that's fine, but then don't expect the big money. Don't expect the big money and not be... See, everybody wants to go to heaven, but no one wants to die. Well, how are you going to do that? How are you going to get to heaven without dying? How are you going to do it? Does that make sense? Yes or no? I don't want you just to say, I've heard this before. Here's the one thing. When you hear, oh, I've heard that before, great. So then you must be doing it in your life then. Well, I didn't say that. I just said I heard it before. Ah, well, then you just heard it or you read about it. Some people even talk about it. You actually tell other people about it. But unless you do it in your life, you don't know it. You don't know it. Does that make sense? Yes?
Yep.
Thank you. How many of you have already learned something already in the first 20 minutes or so of the course? Yes? Fantastic. And by the way, this is 80% of success. So this, and I always want to do this. I always want to teach you the most leveraged information that I can. What is the bit of information that's going to make the most difference in your life? So I'm really glad that you said that. Okay, so what is stopping you, first of all? My first question is, what do you believe when I say the word wealth, what comes up? Now, if you haven't done it, you need to do it now. So where's your home plate? It's there. Okay, so I need you to write it down if you have not done this. And if you have done it, I just want you to shout out the answers that you've written. Okay? You've written it, shout it out. So, what do you believe about wealth? Yes? Happier.
Great experience.
Great experience. Success. Freedom. Blah, 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 right? And this is what everybody does, is they always put forward the positives first. The question is, what is stopping you? And I can assure you, none of the things that you just said are stopping you.
Not actually setting a target of wealth.
There we go. So what we're looking for is the negatives that you wrote down. Have a look at them. Circle them. Circle them. The negative. Do you need a home play? Do we have another home play? Who else needs a home play? Do you want one as well, just in case? No? You're good? Okay. So what is stopping you? Okay, setting the goals. What else?
Self-doubt.
Self-doubt. Thank you.
Focus.
Focus. What else?
Not good enough.
Okay, so you've gone straight there. Okay, so what you did...
Not having the education.
Okay, but all of those things, right? Not having the education, not focusing, these are peripherals. Yeah, but why haven't you had the education? Yeah, but why aren't you focusing? Oh, well, because, I don't really have the time. Yeah, but why don't you have or make the time? Well, and when you come right down to it, there are two major limiting beliefs that will limit you the most. Would you like to know what they are? Some of you probably already know them. How many of you ever studied NLP or NAC or Tony Robbins? Anybody? Okay, some of you. The biggest one is this. I'm not good enough. That is very, very close to what you said. Self-doubt. Yeah, because why would you? It's just on it. It's just here, right? Up here is, I don't focus on it. I don't have the time. Yeah, but why? Well, because yeah, but why? Yeah, because yeah, but what? Yeah, because this is the big one. There's another belief on which most of your success or non-success is based on. And I'm sure, by the way, you've got positive beliefs as well. But one of them is, I'm not, does anybody know? I'm not loved. I'm not loved, right? I'm not good enough is I'm not worthy. I'm not loved. It's the same. They're very, very close, by the way. This whole worthiness thing, whether I'm good enough to be able to receive, whether I'm good enough to make money, whether I'm good enough to learn. Think about this. If you have these, by the way, most people, unless you have proactively dealt with these two beliefs, the likelihood is you might have them. So check, make sure it's not a witch hunt. We're not looking for a belief that isn't there, but just have a think about it. Why aren't you? And by the way, at each stage, You might have these beliefs, right? So for example, let's say you make your first million. Now you want to go to 10 million. Well, I was good enough to make a million, but I don't know whether I'm good enough to make 10 million. So you say, well, I've dealt with this before, Marcus. It doesn't matter. You have to deal with it again for the next level. It's like, yes, you've got to be willing to do the things that other people are not willing to do in order to have the things that they'll never have, and you'll have them for the rest of your life. Now, that could be just 20 minutes a day, and that is really, really, really simple to spend 20 minutes a day, isn't it? Hands up who thinks spending 20 minutes a day on something is really, really simple. Yeah? But boy, it is not easy. Because otherwise, if you spent 20 minutes doing weights, but I mean full out, you would have a pretty good body. Or if you want to do some exercise for 20 minutes, but I mean 20 minutes, really going for it, maybe with a personal trainer, you would be very, very fit. It's very simple. Every single one of you can do this. There's not a single person in this room who can't. Everyone. Trading and investing. Every single one of you. Being successful. Every single one of you. Having beautiful relationships. Every single one of you. There's not a single person who can't have those things. But do you have those things?
Not yet.
Okay, that's good. That's positive. Not yet. That's right. Not yet. Okay. But you've got to be dealing with this because you might be here, but what's stopping you from getting there? Does that make sense? Yes? At every level, you're going to come up with the same things again. And don't complain because how many of you have eaten at least 2 times in the last 24 hours? So why would you do that? Why would you eat more? Surely you just eat once and that's it. Why do you have to keep eating? To nourish your body. Your body needs the nutrients. Yes? So if you want to be successful, how many of you want to be successful and make more money? Thank you. Then you need to nourish, what's the word please? Nourish your mind. You need to do exercises. You need to answer questions. You need to set goals. It doesn't matter. You need to do. Listen, you don't have to be wealthy, but if you want to be wealthy, you're going to have to do it. If you want to be fit, you don't have to be fit, but if you want to be fit, you're going to have to do it. There are no shortcuts here. It's so simple. If you have any of these, think about it. There are other beliefs that sit on top of those. Because if I'm not good enough in general, if I doubt myself, well, how can I be good enough to make money? How can I be good enough for relationships? You're going to screw it up. At some stage, you're going to screw it up. Because at some stage, it's going to come out. Because you don't trust the other person. Why? Because you don't trust yourself. You spy on them, and they go like, "Whoa, I didn't want to. What? Why are we spying on you?" And you're going to sabotage yourself because you have this. Now, on top of these are hundreds, and because there are thousands, so there's a whole bit. And one of them here is, "Oh, I don't have the time." That's up here, because because I'm not good enough. Because you can make the time. Oh my goodness, who do you give the most work to? Somebody who is very, very what? Busy. Give it to the busy person. So don't be stupid. Don't give it to the busy person. Give it to the no. Give it to the busy person, because the busy person is the kind of person that can fit it in. The person who's not doing anything, they're not the people you want to give some work to. They'll never finish it. Give it to the busy person. They'll go, "Oh, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to do it 20 minutes." The other person would take 20 days. True or true? Yes. Give it to the busy person. Absolutely. Okay. Same here. I'm not loved. Good. Are you learning something? You need to be taking notes if you're learning something. If somebody says something and you go, "Oh my goodness, that is so true," write it down. Why do we write it down? Why don't we just sit here? Why do we have computers? Why don't we just sit here and Syrian and Eamon and I will just talk at you? We'll do a presentation. We go click, 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 click. You just don't look at your books. Just lean back. Maybe we'll put some music on, a bit of popcorn, and you just listen for 3 days. Why don't we just do it? It's so much easier, isn't it? Then it's not a workshop. Then you're not doing the work. You're not doing what you need to do. Okay, so you need to be conscious that you need to grab, like if there's a golden nugget, somebody said, you got to grab it, you got to write it, you got to underline it, you got to be active, you got to, where are your highlighters? Where are you, come on. Some of you came in here, you didn't have a pen and paper. Oh, they'll probably give me a pen. See, I just don't think like that. I would have like my mind map tools, and because I want to get the most out. How many of you want to get the most out of it so you can do the most with your life for yourself and your family? Thank you. Okay, so let's see you guys really get involved in the process. I'll tell you a secret. Who wants to know a secret? Yes. It's a money-making secret. Okay. Wealth is not a spectator sport. It is not a spectator. If you want to be, it's like, well done, rugby, football, like that. No, you've got to get out there and you have got to throw the ball around yourself. It is not a spectator sport. You've got to get involved. And we're going to practice getting involved this weekend. And if you can do it this weekend, you have a chance of doing it out there. But if you just sit back and whatever, and I'll kind of raise my hand, it's like, it's a recipe. Marcus is showing me a recipe, but, I'll do it my way. Well, you'll get the results you always got because you're doing it your way again. So, what do you believe about the word excess? Excess.
Too much of a good thing is not
Too much of a good thing is not good.
greed, abundance,
Greed.
waste.
Yeah, that's the positive, but that's not stopping you. I'm looking at the negatives now. See, look, imagine your brain as a garden. And you've got lovely roses there, and you've got some weeds there. Now, do we want to rip out the roses, yes or no? No, we want to keep the roses. We're not. If you think it's great, that's great. That's fantastic. We're going to leave those there. I'm looking for you to realize, to bring up from your unconscious to the conscious that you have got some beliefs, yes you, that are limiting you. You don't generally go, along your daily life go, oh, I've got a limiting belief. Oh, you don't. And that's why we have workshops. So we dig deep, you do some exercises or not, and then we dig them out. So you go, oh my goodness, this is what's been stopping me. This. And then you work on it. Make sense? Yes. Let's get the weeds out. So we had greed. What else?
Creates laziness.
Creates laziness. What else?
Unjust.
What's that? Unjust. And by the way, do you want to be unjust?
No.
Do you want to be lazy? Do you want to be greedy? Right, then you have a big problem. Now, if you would have said yes, how many of you want to be greedy, by the way? Does anybody want to be greedy? Right. If your belief, listen closely. If you believe that excess and wealthy people and all this is greedy, and we say, okay, so do you want to be greedy? And you go, yes, then you don't have a problem. Wealth is greed, and I want to be greedy, so it's all good. But if you think that wealth equals greed, and you don't want to be greedy, you now have a big what? You have a big problem. Because for you, there is a link between the two. And you don't want to be this, but it's linked. So you're not going to make the money. Now, how would you know that? Unless you do the exercises and you bring it up and you play full out. Does that make sense? Yes? So throughout the next 3 days, this isn't just an exercise we're going to do now. This is a 3-day, 3-month, 3 years, a lifetime exercise. You've got to, as soon as something comes up, you go, oh my goodness, is this the thing that could be stopped? Write it down. And you discuss it with your coach. Now, you all have coaches, yes? Hands up if you have a coach. Thank you. Hands up if you do not have a coach. Okay. Why? Don't you want to get somewhere fast? Like I decided that I must become fitter than I am right now. So what's the very first thing I do? I get a coach. I get somebody who looks really, really fit, right? I don't get somebody, it's a good start, but I get somebody. And by the way, this person, he doesn't. So I'm working out. It's 45 minutes of working out. Right? 10 minutes of skipping. By the way, how many of you have ever done skipping? Try doing 1 minute of skipping. After that 1 minute, you're like, oh, flip it. Actually, I'm going to bring a skipping rope in tomorrow. Actually, I've got one over there because I always carry 2. One at home and one in hotels. Okay? So I'm going to bring it out. I'm going to leave it here. I want everybody to do 1 minute. Just do 1 minute of skipping. Okay? The warm-up is 10 minutes. 10 minutes of skipping. That's the warm-up. So you're already sweating. You're like, Okay? He comes through Skype. He's not even there in the room. He just watches with me. Right? He goes a little bit more, and like once he was eating food. I'm like, really? I'm like, really? I was starving as well. I was like, oh, come on. So I'm going to leave it. Can you make a note? I'm going to get the skipping rope and leave them out. I think I brought it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I brought it. Yeah, we'll leave it out.
I can bring one tomorrow.
You got one as well? Are you just showing off now? Huh? With weights? What the hell does that mean? What do you mean with weights? All right. You get a coach. If you want to get if you want to lose weight, get a weight loss coach. What, do you think you're going to do it yourself? You think you're going to change just like that? No, you need a coach. You want money, what do you need to do? Get a coach. Yeah, it's got to be a money coach. If you want to be big in real estate, what do you need to do? Yeah. Now, most people won't do that, by the way. That's why most people are poor. Get it? It's very simple, because they're not willing to do whatever it takes to get where they want to go, because they think they have 300 years. They're going to work it out themselves. Well, if you had 300 years, I think you could. Some of you? Most of you? Do we have 300 years, yes or no? You've got to speed it up in a non-spiritual sense. I mean, of course we have 300 years. Okay, anybody else? Excess, what else? Waste, absolutely. And do you want to be wasteful? Well, then you have a big problem. You have a big problem. Because, let me tell you why. If you believe excess, which by the way means you need this much, more than, excess, more than, yes? Well, but if you think that more than is a waste, you're only ever going to earn just enough, but you're never going to have any more because it's waste. And then you're going to find a way to get rid of it or lose it or sabotage or invest in the wrong things or buy junk that you don't really need just so that you can have your self-fulfilling prophecy. That's all beliefs are. They're self-fulfilling prophecies. They will come true. If you have a belief that you can't get a high-paying job, would you ever, think about this, would you ever apply for the high-paying job if you think you can't get a high-paying job? You would never do it because you think you can't get it. So what do? You apply for the medium job and you get it. Self-fulfilling prophecy, yay. If you think that you can't make money in network marketing, would you ever join a network marketing company? Of course not, because you don't think you can make money. Self-fulfilling prophecy. If there's a beautiful woman there, actually nowadays you have to be careful, right? If there is a good-looking person over there, flippin' heck, right? And you think, oh my God, that's like, oh, wow, I don't know. And you think that you could never, like she wouldn't, or he, or whatever, it would ever say yes to you. Would you go over to it? Yes or no? You would never, and therefore you will never get that person. Self-fulfilling prophecy. When I say 80% of success is mindset, I freaking mean it.